Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Chucker TV and the Grand Champions Polo Club. We are getting ready to get underway. Game 3 of the Sieber Memorial 12-goal tournament hosted by the Grand Champions Polo Club. We've got 8 players, 2 umpires, several cameras, and the ball's in play, and we are underway. And here goes Gussie Bush on that gray pony, going down towards that west end goal. Gussie's going to check down, trying to take a next shot towards goal. And unable to do so. However, he's followed up by Henry Porter. Henry Porter working the ball towards goal. He's still there in a cluster in front, and we have an umpire's whistle. And we'd like to thank everybody for joining us here on Tuesday afternoon on Field 4 at the Grand Champions Polo Club. And we have Barabossa leather, and they are in white. And that team consists of Gussie Bush at 2 goals, Tommy Huber at 2 goals, Henry Porter at 4 goals, and Whistle Hughes at 4 goals. So a 12-goal team taking on Dundas. And we have Sarah Siegel Magnus, Juan Cruz Marcos at 3 goals, Mariano Facetta playing the number 3 position, and Robert Tito Zeta playing back at 4 goals. They are an 11-goal team, so they received 1 goal on handicap. And that whistle just allowed Barabossa Leather to hit a penalty number 2. And I believe that was taken by Henry Porter. This field goes east and west. Sun rises in the east, settles in the west, so that right-hand side of the center camera may be a little difficult to see here and there. And, of course, you see Dundas in the black pants as well. Not sure what all that's about today. But, however, Mariano Facetta leaves it for Robert Tito Zeta. Robert Tito sends a pass downfield. But it is deflected off a pony, and Robert Tito Zeta picks it back up. Robert Tito sends another ball downfield looking for Sarah Siegel Magnus. However, Whistle Hughes on the back door, takes a back shot over across field, intercepted by Facetta. Facetta, former 7-goal player, is going to take that ball right on through for a score, and Dundas' first goal of the game. A score of 2-1 in favor of Dundas as they received 1 goal on handicap. So all players returning to the center, umpires Dale Schwetz and Danielle Gallegos doing umpire duties here this afternoon. About 85 degrees out, and you can see the flags in the background, all 108 of them, blowing in the wind. So, Dundas in black on your right, Barabossa leather in white on your left. And who's going to come out with it? Bowling on the far side, and it looked like Juan Cruz Marcos temporarily gets that ball out. And here is Sarah Siegel Magnus ridden off. Gussie Bush gets a piece of it. Here comes Robert Tito Zeta. Zeta on that gray pony's going to check down. Zeta working the ball around, running the turn. Zeta still on it. Tries to get a little room to work. However, he's hooked by Juan Cruz Marcos. And here is Juan Cruz Marcos leaving it for Facetta. Facetta has to allow Whistle Hughes to clear. A shot downfield, and here comes Juan Cruz Marcos playing the number 2 position with a back shot deflected off a pony, and it looks like Gussie Bush with a back shot towards center. Looking for Tommy Huber. Tommy Huber's going to leave it for Henry Porter. Henry Porter sends it over to the far boards. Tommy Huber still able to get a handle on it. Oh, and Henry Porter the same. A nice little back shot there by Sarah Siegel Magnus. And here's Juan Cruz Marcos. However, Whistle Hughes is going to rake that ball back and now hit a shot downfield looking for a white jersey on the far side, and he has found Gussie Bush. Gussie Bush is taking it along parallel with those far boards on the side. He'd like to get a shot out towards the center. He's been being ridden off and, however, unable to get that open cut shot going, but Henry Porter's going to follow him up. Henry Porter coming across the field. Henry Porter working that ball towards goal. Henry Porter slaps a little neck shot towards goal, but it's just going to be wide to the right. Unable to put that ball through, so a nice play there by Barabossa Leather. Good rotation on everybody's side right there. So Robert Tito Zeta on that gray pony is going to bring it in off the back line, across the goal. Robert Tito Zeta sends Juan Cruz Marcos down the field. However, Mariano Facetta, the pass is to him. Cruz breaking down the field. Can Mariano Facetta send it up to him? That pass is going to be just a little bit short. And there is Whistle use coming in front of a pair of players, and 2 whistles sound. We always love it when 2 whistles go off at the same time. So umpire Schwetz and umpire Gallegos holding up fingers right there, confirming the ball placement. So we'll see where they put it. But I would assume it's going to be an open goal right here. And that looks like it's going to be in favor of Dundas for a penalty 3, 40-yard undefended shot. And we appreciate you joining us live on Chucker TV, the only free live broadcasting company in the world. Chucker TV, a free app as well. Lots of content on there, lots of games, including even the Skills of the Game, which was held last fall at the beautiful Santa Rita Polo Farm. So Mariano Facetta, the umpires call play, tees the ball up, and here comes Sarah Siegel Magnus for this 40-yard undefended shot. Sarah walks up, puts it on through on that paint pony, and Sarah, she's deadly on those penalty 2s, an open goal penalty shot, and that was a penalty 3, 40-yard penalty shot. So Dundas, given a 1-goal handicap, now in the lead by a score of 3-1. So umpire Schwetz on the far side, Daniel Gallegos on this side. In the orange umpire jersey is Gallegos. Dundas in black, in case you've just joined us. And here is Juan Cruz Marcos on that bay pony. Going to send it right on through, getting that ball out of the bowl in, taking it straight to goal, uninhibited by any Dundas players. So Juan Cruz Marcos, his first goal of the game as well so far. Excuse me, that was Tommy Huber. Tommy Huber taking that ball out of the bowl in for Barabossa Leather. So tightening up that gap. Team's even on the flat, but Dundas winning on the handicap. And here is Juan Cruz Marcos right here in the gray helmet. A nice back shot out of there by Barabossa Leather. Barabossa Leather whistle used, sends a neck shot over to Gussie Bush. Gussie Bush has room to jump on that line and the right away. Gussie Bush looking over his shoulder. Called for in the center of the field by Whistle Hughes. Whistle Hughes taps it out of the air, just misses the offside play, and a nice pickup by Gussie Bush, sending it back down the field. And this 12-goal game is moving right along right here pretty quickly. Looks faster than 12 goals, I can tell you that. So now we've got a whistle on the play. That ball was out of bounds. Players didn't know it, kept on playing. So the umpires will blow the whistle, stop the clock, and we will continue with a knock-in when we get back to live action. So umpire Schwetz going to pick up the ball. The players will have to regroup right here.
It went wide.
Gotcha. So that shot on goal wide over the back line. Players tried to keep it from going out of bounds, but unable to do so, and the goal judge said, hey, it's over the line. So Robert Tito Zeta sending a pass over here to Mariano Facetta. Mariano dancing around, gets a little help from the pony, and a nice back shot right there by Hughes. So here comes Juan Cruz Marcos. Juan Cruz Marcos working the ball down the field. He's got to get by Whistle. And Robert Tito Zeta breaking down the field. He's unable to get to that ball. Whistle Hughes with a little bit of a back shot, deflected on a pony, and picked up by Mariano Facetta. Facetta trying to get around Gussie Bush and Tommy Huber. Finally gets out front. Robert Tito Zeta gets that pass, and wow, we've got another goal in favor of Dundas. And so far, 3 out of the 4 players for Dundas have scored here in the first period of play. So 41 seconds left on the clock. I don't know if we will get this bowled in back to the center in time. Of course, Robert Tito Zeta changing horses. The umpire will not wait on him. That's the first horn, and that's going to end Chucker number 1 of Game 3 here in the Sieber Memorial, hosted by the Grand Champions Polo Club. Stay with us. We've got 5 more to play.
I'm Sarah Siegel-Magnus, and I'm from Denver, Colorado. Well, I love Melissa Ganzi, and I think she's so supportive of polo, and I just appreciate, everything she does is top-notch. So I know the fields are going to be good, and the game is going to be fun. Well, right now I'm a little light on my string because this is my first Florida season. I'm usually in Mexico playing in Costa Correas. But I do have a great string, and a few in particular. I have Botinera, who is from Valiente La Dolfina, and she's amazing, and Malta, and another one of my favorites, a horse of the year, Toby from Santa Barbara. She's really one of my favorites. So, I mean, I have a nice string. I feel good about it. Well, first of all, the best player in the world, and soon to be second one day, Peroto for sure. Well, he's really patient, and he doesn't get nervous before the games, really strategic. I think he keeps his calm, and I think for sponsors that are playing the high goal, the key is just to try to have fun and relax a little bit, because it's easy to get too tense and then you miss the ball and, get too nervous about the game. So you just want to try and do your best and try and keep up with some of these guys. But Adolfo's amazing, and, when he hits the ball to you, you know it's going to go right next to you. So there's really nice confidence and peace of mind in that.
Welcome back, everyone, to Chucker TV and the Grand Champions Polo Club. After first Chucker action, a score of 4-2 in favor of Dundas, so a score of 3-2 on the flat, and Dundas receiving 1 goal on handicap. Players quickly changing. Dundas wearing black pants today. I believe Aero makes black practice pants, and Dundas has decided to use those today in the game. So give us some feedback on Facebook in the conversation. Do you like them or not? Of course, white pants traditionally worn by polo players, or canary breeches. However, Dundas going the other way today. So Dundas in black jerseys, Barabossa leather in white jerseys. Umpire Schwetz lines the players up on the far side of the field, and the ball's on the ground, back in play. Who jumps up with it? But there is Henry Porter, gets a piece of it to begin with. And Tommy Huber working that ball on the far side. Tommy Huber, 2 goals, drops it off to Porter. Porter ridden off, shot towards goal, and that ball is going to trickle over the back line on the right-hand side of the goal. So both teams swapping goals and goal shots here early in this game. So Dundas will regroup here right now and have a knock-in. Robert Tito Zeta on that chestnut pony. Robert Tito sends it over here to the right-hand side, looking for Ron Cruz Marcos. Marcos going to ride off the player. Mariano Facetta going to play the ball. Mariano Facetta ridden by Henry Porter. Henry Porter goes down the field with Facetta. Now Gussie Bush is back with Robert Tito Zeta. Robert Tito working the ball towards center of the goal. Just has a jump on Gussie Bush. Now Gussie Bush close enough to hook and neutralizes the play. And actually, here's Gussie Bush right here. Uh-oh, and look out, Barabossa leather with a breakaway. There is whistle used, looking over his shoulder. He's got time. This shot just a little bit off to the left. Can he keep it on the field and set it up in front of goal for a teammate? Yes, he does. What a nice play. Oh, just over the back line. What a shot that would have been had he been able to put a little spin on that ball and send it through the black and white uprights. So, umpire Gallegos waiting for all the players to get back on. He calls play. Robert Tito Zeta once again will bring that ball in off the back line. Here, will that ball stay on the field? Yes, up against the boards, enabling Robert Tito Zeta another play on the ball. And a shot downfield. Here is Sarah Siegel-Magnus. Oh, what bad luck. Just hops over her mallet at the wrong time. And there is Mariano Facetta going for a back shot. And a little bit of chatter out here, and the umpires will come together and discuss the play. So, the umpires come to the third man. It's confirmed foul against the white team, so they will put the ball down. where they see fit for the advantage for the Dundas squad right here. And it looks like they will march down to the 60-yard line for a penalty 4 right here. Ball tightly up against the boards, but a dangerous play by the white player, endangering his pony, riding into the shot from behind. So Robert Tito Zeta and Mariano Facetta teeing up the ball. And a little bit of a breeze at the back of the Dundas team right here for this penalty 4 60-yard shot. And both players carefully using both mallets to put that ball on a good tee. Players unable to alter the surface of the field. However, they can push down a divot to tee up the ball, but may not raise a divot or create a divot. So here is Mariano Facetta, actually Robert Tito Zeta, on this penalty 4. He hits a shot downfield, and it's going to be wide to the right. So Dundas unable to capitalize on that penalty 4. So Barabossa Leather having a little bit of a huddle right there before this knock-in. And whistle. Looking over towards the right, as that's where all 3 white jerseys are going to break to the right-hand side of the field, the far side, for viewers. And he puts a nice pass down front. There is Tommy Huber. Tommy Huber on the near side. Now being called off. And Robert Tito Zeta. And this is just the opposite of the last whistle that we saw. The last play was riding in from behind against Barabossa Leather. This play here is going to be reaching in front or backing into a pony against Dundas. So 4:43 left on the clock, 4-2 still to score. Umpire Schwetz and Gallegos come together, and the ball is dropped. And this looks like a penalty 3 in favor of Barabossa Leather. So all defending team must be behind the back line, not between the goalpost. The team taking the foul shot may be off the field, however, must be 30 yards from the goalpost or behind the ball. Cannot be in front of the ball or on the field between the ball and the goalpost. Whistle use, canters up to the ball. Takes a shot and straight on through. So both teams, 6 goals scored here in a chukker and a half in this 12-goal game. So 4:25 on the clock. Once again, a bowling after a lot of goals scored right here early on in this game. Umpire Schwetz bowls the ball underhand and hard. It's picked up the back door by Whistle Hughes. Whistle Hughes has a little bit of a run towards goal. He looks over his shoulder. However, Robert Tito Zeta is going to try and catch and run him down and spoil that shot. But Whistle Hughes dribbles one more time and sends it on through, tying up the game for the first time here in the second period of play. Whistle Hughes scoring back-to-back goals right here in the second chukker. So the umpires, we're going to have our first courtesy horse change right here. The umpires will wait till they get back towards the center. There you might have heard the whistle. They use up that time they normally would to get back to the center of the field, so there is no clock management by the men in stripes. Courtesy horse changes designed for the horses to recoup a little bit quicker. And on a day like today in the mid-80s, a little bit of a breeze, the horses certainly could use it, especially in a fast 12-goal game like we are viewing here right now. Courtesy horse changes supposed to take 45 seconds or less. It's not designed for the players. So all players, both teams camps at the east end of the field. So both teams having to do the ride the same amount of distance to get on a spare pony. Spare ponies held at the end of the field. and also 30 yards from the goal post. So just waiting on Gussie Bush. He's the last to come back to the center of the field. And once again, playing for Dundas, Sarah Siegel Magnus, Juan Cruz Marcos, Mariano Facetta, and Robert Tito Zeta. And that team is wearing the black jerseys for Barabossa Leather, Gussie Bush, Tommy Huber, Henry Porter, and Whistle Hughes. So, Whistle Ace, we have a quick whistle out of the bowl in. And it appears that it's going to be a penalty 5A from the spot in favor of Dundas. Umpire calls play. Robert Tito Zeta going to put the ball back into action. Robert Tito Zeta just working the ball down the field. Now he's going to be backed up by Facetta. Robert Tito Zeta decides to try and make a run at it. However, Facetta and Porter come together, unable to get that play going. Juan Cruz Marcos comes by on the near side. He's going to run the turn, slow it down, bring it back to the right so nobody has a play. Juan Cruz Marcos, a 3-goal player. Here is Marcos still checking down, playing a little cat and mouse there with Tommy Huber. Marcos still on the ball, turning, now leaves it for Mariano Facetta. Mariano Facetta working the ball towards goal himself. Mariano Facetta, unable to put that ball in the right spot. So once again, Barabossa Leather will have a knock-in off the right-hand side of the goal post and off the back line. Whistle Ace puts it over to Porter on the left-hand side. Porter going to take it back towards center. He's got players breaking down the center. He's going to try and find Whistle Ace back over on the far side. Whistle with the near side play. Sends the ball up. Whistle still coming on. Sarah Siegel Magnus with an offside back shot. However, she is whistled on the play. So, umpires Gagos and Schwetz very quickly deciding on ball placement. And this appears to be a penalty 4. 60-yard defended shot in favor of Barabossa Leather. Tie game so far right here with 2:10 left on the clock in the second period of play. So whistle. 2 goals here in the second chukker. Should this be converted, will be his 3rd goal, a hat trick in chukker number 2, scoring off a penalty 2 here early in this period. Wanting another ball from the umpire. He's got this ball set, and now he will do the circle for the approach on this penalty number 4. Whistle hits it along the ground. It's deflected and stopped by Juan Cruz Marcos. Marcos bringing it back towards center of the field. Gussie Bush comes through, tries to break up the play. However, Marcos still on the ball. Henry Porter is going to ride him. Marcos going to take it back towards center, trying to get around Tommy Huber. It's left for Robert Tito Zeta. Gussie Bush staying back with Zeta. Zeta doesn't quite get all of that ball he wanted. And Mariano Facetta turns right around, plays the ball with Gussie Bush coming down the line. And no question about that one. So the umpires, a little bit of discussion on that play. So the umpires are going to sort out the captains and will only discuss any questions, procedures with captains only. So warned here early in this game, late in the second period, about the discussion on calls. So Whistle Ace looking for Tommy Huber down the field. Also Gussie Bush. Whistle Ace sends one down along the ground, and it's going to be Mariano Facetta leaving it for Robert Tito Zeta, and Henry Porter comes in, and we're going to have a little 1-meeting-2 call right here. Umpires calling a tight game, keeping the horses and the players safe, so looks like we will go to center field on this penalty shot. And once again, the wind blowing from our left to our right. So Dundas having a little bit of advantage with the wind at their back on this penalty shot. Umpire calls play. Robert Tito Zeta has been doing this duty for Dundas these first two periods. Robert Tito Zeta loses the ball, however, quickly turns back around. Plenty of time to do so. Robert Tito still with the ball. Marcos going to come back to help out Tommy Huber. Oh, wow, what a play by Tommy Huber. A hook and a belly shot with the ball centered down. However, Gussie Busch unable to get to it, but Gussie Busch is going to ride off Marcos, and it looks like we've got a bit of a cross hook on that play right there. So Dundas, once again, will have a penalty shot, probably from the spot, I would speculate, here on this play. So the ball is teed. Players calling for a horse. However, only 1:05 left here in the second period. So Robert Tito Zeta with a little soft pass out to Mariano Facetta. Mariano Facetta goes from the near side, putting the ball on his offside. Facetta, now with room to go, drops his horse's head, sends a pass downfield, and in front comes Whistle Ace with a back shot. Robert Tito Zeta picks up the loose ball. Robert Tito Zeta working it over here by the boards. Robert Tito Zeta trying to turn back towards the field, but hooked by Gussie Busch and told to leave it by Tommy Huber. Tommy Huber unable to complete the play, but it's going to be picked up now by Gussie Busch. Gussie Busch trying to get around Sarah Siegel Magnus. He leaves it. Whistle. Centered over to the center. It's deflected off a pony, and Mariano Facetta has a run with 21 seconds left here on the clock. He's got plenty of time. However, Whistle going back for a near side back shot. Doesn't get the back shot off, and Mariano Facetta picks it up going towards goal, and we are going to end this chukker with a goal with 6 seconds left on the clock, bringing Dundas out front with a score of 5-4 at the end of chukker number 2. Stay with us. We are live coming to you from Grand Champions on Chukker TV.
Yes, I got my swagger back.
Welcome back to Chukker TV, everyone. I'm Steve Lane, and we are viewing the third game of the Sieber Memorial 12-goal tournament hosted by the Grand Champions Polo Club. Last Monday was the first game of this tournament. There are 4 teams in the tournament. Of course, the 2 that you see out in front of us, but also Santa Rita with Bobby Gary, Paquito de Narvaez, and Juan Bellini. And the 4th team is Newport with Gene Goldstein, Milo Dorniak, Michelle Dorniak, and Nick Manifold. And in the first game, Dundas defeated Santa Rita with a close score of 9-8. And then just the other day, Newport defeated Santa Rita with a score of 13-8. So now we have Dundas. This is their second game, and Barabossa Leather's first game. So each team plays every other team in this tournament. As I mentioned, 4 teams in the tournament, so each team guaranteed 3 games. So we've got a ways to go before the finals. The finals not quite set yet. The last game is on Monday, this coming Monday, with a doubleheader on Friday, 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock. And the finals will be set after the last game, determining which 2 teams go to the finals and when they can play. So Cale Newman, polo manager, will decide that when she meets with the 2 top teams in this 4-team tournament. So Dale Schwetz giving the umpires a warning. Don't want to hear conversation from the other team or be telling the other team they got to use it or they got to walk. So everybody's last warning. Next one will be a technical. That is unsportsmanlike conduct to be talking and coaching the other team. So waiting on one other player from Dundas to return. Sarah Siegel Magnus, Juan Cruz Marcos, and here comes Mariano Facetta speeding on out here on that dark bay pony. And of course, notice the umpires move across the field. Don't bowl in the same spot so not to tear up the field in one spot and make a sand pit. We want to keep our fields in ultimate condition here at Grand Champions Polo Club. And so far, in my opinion, Juan Bellini, Director of Polo Operations, and Cale Newman, Polo Manager, have done a great job of providing every handicap level of polo with good fields. So back to the action. Here's Juan Cruz Marcos. However, Tommy Huber slaps a shot out, breaking up that play for Robert Tito Zeta. Now Robert Tito Zeta back on the ball with Tommy Huber. Mariano Facetta picks the ball up off the boards. He's being chased by Henry Porter. Henry Porter takes a stab at it on the near side, and he comes back in front of Whistle Hughes, and we've got another whistle on the play right here, possibly giving Barabossa Leather a penalty shot. A penalty number 3, this appears. We'll see how the players line up. A little bit difficult to look into that sun down there, as sometimes it looks like silhouettes and sometimes a little bit difficult to see the ball. But this is going to be an open goal penalty. And the umpires call play, and here is Whistle Ace. Whistle hits that shot right on through. Once again, tying up this game here early in the 3rd chukker of play. Whistle, his 3rd goal of the day. 2 on penalty shots, 1 on a penalty 2, 1 on a 3, and 1 from the field. So this 12-goal tournament has been pretty tight. So Barabossa Leather in white on your right, Dundas in black on your left. Umpire Schwetz puts the ball on the ground. It's going to come out the back door. Who's the first to put mallet to ball? It's going to be Henry Porter. Henry Porter riding off Mariano Facetta on the near side. Now he flips around. He's got to play. Robert Tito Zeta steals the ball. So anyhow, a quick whistle on the play. So it's going to be a penalty 5B in favor of white. Players allowed to tee this ball up, moving the ball off the boards just a little bit so they can get their pony between the boards and the ball. The white team coming back together for a little huddle. Gallegos calls play. Henry Porter waiting to see what Whistle Ace is going to do. So Henry Porter laying back just a little bit. That's quite a difficult shot from there to goal because it would be directly into the wind. But Whistle Hughes hammers it down. It's deflected off a pony. He's got another shot trying to get by Marcos. Marcos breaks up the play. However, here comes Henry Porter. Henry Porter running the turn and gets called for turning on that play. And we will have a foul shot in favor of Dundas going along. So Robert Tito Zeta has been doing the duty of putting the ball back in play on center hits. Penalty fives from the spot and also the knock-ins off the back line. So Robert Tito Zeta has two players breaking towards center. Mariano Facetta breaking down the field. Who can outrun who? Whistle Ace going back towards the ball. Whistle Ace loses it as it went over in the center. It was a high lofting shot. And here is Marcos. Marcos taking a stab at it and a back shot out of there by Tommy Huber. Whistle jumps on that line and the right away. Whistle hooked by Marcos. Marcos ends up with the ball. Marcos trying to turn it back towards the inside. Players behind riding each other off pretty tightly. Here they are on the far boards. Tommy Huber and Juan Cruz Marcos. It pops out. Here is Tommy Huber on the ball. Tommy Huber with a man on his hip. Loses the ride off. Robert Tito Zeta going to take the ball forward. Gussie Bush right over in there behind. He can't get to Zeta as Mariano Facetta is going to ride him off. Ball dropped off for Facetta. Facetta fires the shot back over towards center. Working very well with Robert Tito Zeta. Look at Sarah Siegel Magnus take that man out, giving Robert Tito Zeta free run towards the goal. And Robert Tito Zeta, that's Juan Cruz Marcos, completes that play, putting a goal right on through, bringing Dundas back up by one. Juan Cruz Marcos' first goal of the day. However, everybody on the Dundas team has scored. Sarah with a penalty shot, 2 for Facetta from the field, 1 from Juan Cruz Marcos, and 1 for Robert Tito Zeta, and of course 1 by handicap. So Barabossa Leather looking to get one on the board here. But Mariano Facetta comes out the back door with it. And Gussie Bush is going to go back, looks over his shoulder. Is he going to turn it? No, it's backed into a pony, allowing Robert Tito Zeta to pick up the loose ball. Robert Tito Zeta and a shot by Henry Porter. And that was clearly a foul right there, coming in front of a player, not parallel or established on the line of the ball. So the whistle goes, and we are going to have at least a penalty 2, I would assume, right here. The umpires have not indicated a penalty 1. So Dundas has a choice from the point of the infraction or from the 30, and they choose to take it from the 30. 1 hit on all penalty 2s, 3s, 4s, and penalty 6s. 1 approach, 1 hit, and 1 hit at. Sarah Siegel Magnus walks up and pounds that ball right on through for her second goal of the day. Penalty 2 by Sarah. She does not miss those open goal penalties. And it looks like here when the umpire gets back to the center of the field, we might have our courtesy horse change. A few of the Barabossa team players choosing to get on a fresh set of legs right here after that foul shot. And the whistle has gone. The clock is stopped. All of the Dundas team choosing to stay on their ponies and not change. And Gussie Bush will be the last to return to the field. So should those players take longer than 45 seconds, then play will start without them. Courtesy horse changes designed for the ponies, not the players. So we've got all 8 players back in the center. Umpire Schwetz puts the ball back on the ground, underhand and hard to the players. Juan Cruz Marcos riding off Tommy Huber. Tommy Huber wins the ride off. Can't handle the ball. Robert Tito Zeta with an open near side back shot. However, Whistle Ace going to jump on the ball. Whistle Ace got a little room to work. Probably going to turn it back towards the inside. Changes the line back towards the inside. Now going to send a little soft pass out to Tommy Huber. Tommy Huber, a 2-goal player, going to work the ball back towards the inside. Allows the player to clear. Now he's got a next shot towards goal through players and through ponies. It's deflected off a pony, and Robert Tito Zeta with a near side back shot. Mariano Facetta comes through. Broken mallet on the play. Allows Whistle to come up and play the ball. Whistle takes it over to the right. Now a next shot towards goal, and Whistle taking his time, being very patient, allowing players to get out of the way, seeing a clear window towards a shot on goal, and takes it and puts it through. Whistles 4th goal of the game, 2 by penalties and 2 from the field. So that player, they will not wait for him to retrieve a new mallet. Players lining up quickly. All players on the side, and we've got 2 players who are offside now. Robert Tito is good. However, Gussie Bush unable to control that bouncing ball. Sarah Siegel leaving it for a Whistle. Whistle going in the right direction, hits the ball downfield, looking for a white jersey. However, Robert Tito Zeta is there. Tommy Huber with a near side shot once, twice, through the goal, and what a play by Barabossa Leather, and that was a 3-on-4 in favor of Barabossa Leather, converting that penalty shot here in the 3rd chukker with 2:03 left on the clock. So Gussie Bush, the only one not scoring on the Barabossa Leather team. However, he is riding players, doing back shots, playing the ball on the near side, and opening the door for his teammates to come on through. So the ball's back on play, and it looks like it's going Dundas' way. And there is Tommy Huber right there with a centering back shot. Robert Tito Zeta going to bring it over here towards the boards. Robert Tito and Tommy Huber unable to get the back shot off. Henry Porter looking for the whistle. The whistle does not come. Here is Mariano Facetta hitting that bouncing ball out of the air, tapping it to keep it going on the offside. Mariano Facetta putting the ball into a player, has to allow that player to clear, and now it's stolen back by Whistle, and now Robert Tito Zeta back on the ball. Robert Tito taking the ball towards goal, working that ball. Now it's backed by Tommy Huber. Here is a back shot by Sarah Siegel Magnus. Didn't get all of it. And Henry Porter tries to send it upfield, but he's followed by Tommy Huber. Tommy Huber, that's Gussie Bush, excuse me. Yes, it is. Tommy Huber follows both of them and sends a pass downfield. Robert Tito Zeta and Henry Porter come together. That ball is popped up in the air. Juan Cruz Marcos' play nullified by Tommy Huber. Gussie Bush now following Mariano Facetta. And a nice back shot by Tommy Huber down along the boards. However, Robert Tito Zeta picks it up, sends it further along the boards. There goes the first horn. Oh, Henry Porter unable to keep it going. A back shot by Juan Cruz Marcos. Here is Henry Porter on the far side, going to ride off. An opponent allowing Gussie Bush to come in and rake the ball off the boards. Juan Cruz Marcos there as well, looking for somebody to get the ball off the boards. Looks like Barabossa Leather has it, tries to send a pass out. That ball is going to be deflected off of Pony, jumped the boards, and that's going to end chukker number 3 and the first half here in the Sieber Memorial. Stay with us on Chukker TV, and we will be right back at the Grand Champions Polo Club for the second half of the Sieber Memorial.
The world's best polo in your pocket. Chukker TV, the only app you'll need to watch polo. The world's best polo in your pocket.
Chukker TV, the only app you'll ever need to watch polo.
To be able to come here and play a course such as this, it's a great experience. Probably the best tee gift I've ever received, so, and that's no lie. My wife actually gave me a pair for Christmas before I played in the tournament, so this will be my third pair, so I'm looking forward to it.
Over the calf, 17 and a half.
outseam 43.5.
We make a personal pattern for everybody, and that takes a lot of different points on a body to draft a pattern.
I have at least 7 or 8 pair. Great golf course and get a pair of blue jeans out of the deal is freaking awesome.
The down for that is 17 1/4.
Was it about 32?
Yep, you nailed it.
Same thing you've been wearing since high school.
6.5.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thanks so much for being here, and good luck today on the course. We will do a true shotgun start today, so good luck today, and y'all have a great time.
People aren't accustomed to getting a gift like custom pants at a golf tournament, but for clubs that do offer that to their members, it's been a success every time because it's so unique, it's so different, and it's an American-made product that's custom. You get measured for it, you get to design it and pick it. Who doesn't like that?
Getting a pair of jeans from Blue Delta is a great gift, something unique, something that they normally wouldn't get that they really appreciate.
Welcome back, everyone, to Chucker TV. I'm Steve Lane here at the Grand Champions Polo Club, and we are getting ready to start the second half of this 12-goal Sieber Memorial Tournament. And we ended Chucker number 3 with the ball going out of bounds, but it was inside the 60, so the umpires bring it back towards the 60. And just ready to go. And Dundas will have a shot right here. 10 yards off the boards, change of possession play. So I believe it was out of a black pony. Ball hit by Barabossa leather, but we will wait for confirmation on that. So a shoe on the field picked up by the umpire. So now all players in position. Umpire Schwitz drops the ball. 5 seconds for Barabossa leather to put the ball back in play. And a shot downfield by Whistle Hughes. Oh, just wide of the goal. Shooting from a distance about 90 yards out at a tough angle and just barely missing that left-hand post. So a knock-in coming in favor of Dundas. And Charlie Mitchell, glad you're watching. Hope you're doing well up there in the northeast. Here is Sarah Siegel Magnus. Sarah firing down the field. Going to be backed up by Juan Cruz Marcos. Juan Cruz Marcos gives her back the ball. Sarah Siegel Magnus going to shoot towards goal. And just wide. What a nice run coast to coast by the Dundas squad here opening up the 4th period of play. After the first period, Dundas was leading with a score of 4-2, and then in the second period, a score of 5-4, and now we are all tied up at 7 apiece. And Dundas going to bring the ball back in. Whistle Hughes doing a circle, a little bit of conversation out there, and possibly another shoe on the field. Actually, a player just needing a little extra time right there. Got stung by a horse's bit on the play. Just needs to rub it off and shake it off a little bit. So, and attack adjustment going on by Juan Cruz Marcos. Helping out Sarah Siegel Magnus. So, looks like her tack is adjusted now. The umpire will go back into position. Dundas will have to leave the huddle. Umpire Gallegos will call play, which he has just done. So whistle ace. And another whistle right here. So apparently more tack to be adjusted. So we won't say anything until we get word from the field. So umpires communicating by radio. Play has been called and whistle off the back line. Whistle sending over to the far boards looking for Henry Porter. That ball does not reach Henry, and Tommy Huber comes in and neutralizes the play. However, it's picked up by Marcos. Marcos still on the ball with Facetta behind him on that great pony. Marcos working the ball towards goal. Marcos still with Whistle Hughes out front. Marcos with a little slap shot to goal, and he puts it through and puts it on the board. Once again, Dundas going to lead this ball game here in the 4th Chucker early. So Juan Cruz Marcos, his 2nd goal of the game. And now the umpires will change directions of the bowl-ins as we do after every half. Danielle Gallegos right here in front of us, close and personal. Now Gussie Bush has to get on the other side. Ball's back in play. Tommy Huber going to take the ball forward, offside, now the near side, reaches back, can't quite get a hold of it. Gussie Bush in there as well. Players need to clear out. Henry Porter's going to come in and offer some assistance. Henry Porter going to take the ball. He is hooked by Facetta, and here is Juan Cruz Marcos. Juan Cruz Marcos slips by whistle ace. Juan Cruz Marcos taking the ball at speed to goal, finishing that play, and putting Dundas up by 2 with a score of 9-7. Juan Cruz Marcos with back-to-back goals here in the 4th. So keep an eye on that pony. He's getting a lot of things done on that little chestnut motor scooter he is riding. So, Danielle Gagos will line them up once again in the center. Barabossa Leather needing to get something going here in this fourth period. Dundas came out rather hot here. So Gussie Bush on the ball. Can he get a shot off? Yes, he can. He's in front of Juan Cruz Marcos. Oh, and unable to handle that bouncing ball. But Tommy Huber tries to get it to him, but Mariano Facetta with a deep back shot. Nobody there but Whistle Ace. Whistle, turn it back towards center. Henry Porter's going to break downfield. Whistle going to send it back over to the center just a little bit. It's deflected off Pony, but Whistle's going to pick the ball back up and send another shot downfield. Robert Tito Zeta unable to deflect that ball. Here is Tommy Huber. Tommy Huber taking the ball towards goal. Tommy Huber with a little cut shot, but it is still on the field and wide of the goal. What a nice play by Barabossa Leather, but Tommy Huber unable to just tap that ball in at a difficult angle and a little bit far away from the goal. So Barabossa Leather still in contention here early for scoring a goal in the fourth period with 3:30 left on the clock. Here's Juan Cruz Marcos. Juan Cruz Marcos looking down the field. He hits a line drive down the field up against the boards, and it hops over the boards. So we will have a change of possession play right here in front of us in favor of Barabossa Leather. So we will have our courtesy horse change right here while the ball is out of play. So both teams at the same end of the field, so they will do the jog, whoever wants to change ponies. And one player deciding to take off his glasses, might be fogging up a little bit. Umpire will hold the ball in hand so the team cannot tee up the ball. And that was spurs handed to the umpire, so apparently somebody with a speedy pony not needing those spurs. Don't need that extra gear. So Whistle choosing to stay on his pony, as well as Facetta and Sarah Siegel Magnus. Robert Tito Zeta changing, as do all other players. And in case you've just joined us, Dundas with Sarah Siegel Magnus, Juan Cruz Marcos, Mariano Facetta, and Robert Tito Zeta. And I have to say, Dundas did win the first 12-goal tournament of the 2021 Grand Champions Polo Club season. They also won the 8-goal Aspen Valley Cup. Of course, that'd be a different team since this is 12-goal and that was 8-goal. So Dundas looking to do a repeat in the second 12-goal. The Sieber Memorial playing for Barabossa Leather, Gussie Bush, Tommy Huber, Henry Porter, and Whistle Ace. Umpire drops the ball, calls play. Whistle Ace puts the ball back in play, sends a shot downfield looking for Tommy Huber. However, Robert Tito Zeta able to go back on the offside, going to take it forward, and then a back shot right over to Juan Cruz Marcos. Juan Cruz Marcos neutralized by Henry Porter. Picked up by Facetta, now back over to Juan Cruz Marcos. Juan Cruz Marcos with a shot downfield. Whistle looking for time over his shoulder with a centering shot over to a teammate, but nobody there but Robert Tito Zeta playing a disciplined number 4 defensive back. Here is Zeta. He gets around Gussie Bush. Zeta now it's going to shoot for goal on a next shot right there. There comes Mariano Facetta. He gets a little piece of it, sending it towards goal. Juan Cruz Marcos trying to keep that ball from going out of bounds. However, it's backed and wide of the goal on the left-hand side, and I believe we will have a safety on that play. Is Barabossa Leather trying to back that ball, but off their own pony over the back line. So a penalty 6 in order right here in favor of Dundas. Leading by 2, score of 9-7. 2 goals in this chucker by Juan Cruz Marcos. So Robert Tito Zeta taking this penalty 6. 60-yard shot from where it crossed over the back line and went out of bounds. Danielle Gallegos back behind the hitter. And the reason for that is so the umpire can see both goalposts. And remember, if any piece or portion of that ball is over the top of the goalpost, then it shall be declared wide and no goal. Here is Robert Tito. Robert Tito with a high lofting shot. And it goes on through. A penalty 6 scored by Robert Tito. 3 goals this period for the Dundas team, taking them ahead in double digits with a score of 10-7. With 2:03 left on the clock. So counting down here in the 4th period. Now, Barabossa Leather will be going to our right there, lined up on your left in white. And there is Tommy Huber, tries to take a stab at it, unable to do so. Marcos hooks Huber once again. Mariano Facetta on this gray pony, jumping out, trying to stay ahead of Henry Porter, taking it back to the center. He's got to get around Whistle Ace. He's going to try and outrun Whistle. He goes behind, swings through the hook of Whistle and gets a little piece of it. Henry Porter unable to get that back shot off. And there is Tommy Huber. He is faked out. Robert Tito Zeta wins the play. It's going to spank it right on through the goal, bringing them up by 4, 11-7. Wow, 4 quick goals here for Dundas. 2 by Robert Tito Zeta and 2 by Juan Cruz Marcos. So Barabossa Leather not playing a great 4th chukker like they did in the first half. Either that or Dundas coming out with an amazing chukker. You can decide. So Barabossa Leather like to get something on the board, but it's tough to do when Mariano Facetta gets that ball out of the bowl in and heads towards goal, trying to outrun Henry Porter. Mariano Facetta, but Henry Porter hooks him, giving Whistle Hughes time to turn that ball back towards the outside. Now going to go back towards the inside. Allows Juan Cruz Marcos to clear. Whistle still on the ball. Whistle on the far side of the field. He's got Tommy Huber up front. Tommy Huber ridden off by Robert Tito Zeta. Robert Tito Zeta out in front of Tommy Huber. Robert Tito Zeta with a long shot across the field over to the boards. Tommy Huber's going to come in and put pressure on him to do something, but Robert Tito Zeta hits a back shot. It's off a pony after the first period of play, just like it was after the 3rd period of play, and we are going to end the 4th chukker here. We will start with a change of possession when we come back for the 5th period here in the Sieber Memorial live on Chukker TV.
I'm Poroto Cambiaso and I'm from Argentina, and yes, I live in Cañuelas. Empecé a jugar a los 5 años, más o menos. Me enseñó bueno, mi papá y nada, ahí me gustó y le estoy metiendo a full desde los 5 más o menos. Cuando no estoy jugando me gusta irme al campo con los caballos, ir a ver cómo está el campo. También me gusta jugar al golf, hacer otros deportes, jugar al fútbol, pero generalmente me gusta ir al campo. Me gusta todo, está muy bueno. La verdad que las canchas están muy buenos, los equipos son muy competitivos en la World Pole League y en la 22 y yo creo que eso es lo mejor que tiene Florida. La verdad que jugar con mi papá es una posibilidad impresionante que me dan y nada, estoy muy agradecido y la verdad que es increíble.
Hello once again, everybody, in Chukker TV Universe, and we are getting ready to get underway, the 5th chukker of play. Dundas backed the ball out. It went off a white pony over the board, so we will start here with a change of possession play in the favor of Dundas, and Dundas is going long into the sun right now, but the wind at their back. So just waiting on a few more players to appear on the field. Sarah is up, so is Marcos. And I see Robert Tito Zeta, so still waiting on Mariano Facetta. All of Barabossa Leather's squad is on the field. So Dundas having a great chukker in the 4th. And Barabossa Leather unable to score in the 4th, so a big turnaround right here after the first period, after halftime. So Danielle Gallegos, the umpire in the orange, waiting for all players to get into position. And the last Dundas player is entering the field as we speak right now. Mariano Facetta on a fresh pony, just wants to do a circle, make sure that pony is warmed up. And Gallegos will drop the ball, call play. And Robert Tito Zeta will have 5 seconds to put the ball back in play. So umpire checking. Make sure all players are ready. Ball is dropped, play is called, and here comes Zeta. Robert Tito. And Tommy Huber going to stand back and wait on him. Ball's intercepted by Marcos. He still has the ball. He's going to try and outrun Henry Porter. Juan Cruz Marcos still with the ball. Mariano Facetta going to come in behind. Ball's up against the boards. Mariano Facetta is going to go back and retrieve the ball. Tommy Huber comes in there as well. Gussie Bush unable to get a piece of it, and we've got a whistle on the play right there. So a right-of-way violation right here, right in front of us. And it looks like the umpires are looking. Downfield, they'll come together, confirm the ball placement. So penalty 4 looks like it's going to be in order right here for Dundas. So Robert Tito Zeta has been taking these penalty 4s all game long and scoring on a penalty 6 last period. 4 goals for Dundas in the 4th chukker. Having a hot chukker. And Robert Tito Zeta carefully teeing up the ball. Mariano Facetta going to hang back with him as well, just in case the other team deflects the ball and has a run down the field. Robert Tito could be out of position after hitting this ball, and that's why Facetta is going to stay back. So all 4 Barabossa leather players lined up in front of the goal to try and stop that ball from going through, and Robert Tito Zeta up in the air right on through. No problem for a 60-yard shot for Zeta here early on in the 5th period. 35 seconds have gone by when that penalty 4 was scored, a score of 12-7 in favor of Dundas. So this would put Dundas at 2-0 should they come out victorious today, but let's not count out Barabossa Leather. If they have a chukker just like Dundas had here in the 4th, then the game could completely turn around, and we've got a whistle right there. Juan Cruz Marcos called for coming in front. A right-of-way violation. So penalty 4. Umpire Gallegos announces the call. Juan Cruz Marcos accepts the call. May not like it, but accepts it. So whistle used. Now, the first penalty 4 going this direction for Barabossa Leather. Whistle ace, having the wind at his back right here. And lots of slow traffic as they try and catch a glimpse of Polo on the way by. So whistle used will circle his pony. Whistle ace will circle his pony to try and get it on the correct lead. And put this ball high up in the air so it is undefendable. Here is whistle. Whistle along the ground. Mariano Facetta is going to intercept that ball on the ground and take it over to the far boards. Whistle's going to ride him off up front. Mariano still in possession of the ball, able to get to it. Tommy Huber's going to come over there as well. Whistle at the back with Juan Cruz Marcos. Whistle with a nice centering near side open shot. However, Robert Tito Zeta is going to come in and send the ball back over to the boards. And actually that was Facetta. And now it's Robert Tito Zeta on the ball. Gussie Bush trying to break things up. Juan Cruz Marcos picks up the ball. Now trying to get by Tommy Huber on the near side. Juan Cruz Marcos once again on the near side, sends it up front. Now the offside, and he's hooked by Huber. Here comes Mariano Facetta, but whistle ace with a tail shot. Here comes Sarah Siegel Magnus. Mariano Facetta and Whistle come together, and we know when we see two players both playing the ball on the near side, we are certainly 100% sure that somebody is wrong on that play. So we'll let the umpires sort that out. And should they disagree, they will go to the third man. But it looks like they have it sorted out. Umpire Schwetz explaining the call. And for our new polo players, there is no right-of-way on the near side. The only time there would be a right-of-way 100% on the near side is if two players are exactly on the line, following the ball, riding each other off, or their concentration on each other. And that would be a case of a right-of-way on the near side. So Whistle going to put the ball back in play. They've got a long way to go, but he sends a line drive. Looking for Henry Porter, 4-goal player on the far side. Henry with a shot downfield. Gussie Bush and Robert Tito Zeta come back. Robert Tito with a near side shot. It's intercepted by Cruz. Going to be taken back towards that Dundas goal. Cruz keeping control of the ball on this little liver chestnut pony right here up against the boards. He jumps the boards, which is legal in polo. Whistle tries to break up the play. Juan Cruz Marcos still on the ball. Marcos can't connect with that next shot, and here comes Whistle. Whistle going to take the ball forward, going to try and get around Zeta and Facetta. Losing that play. Henry Porter comes in to back him up. Henry Porter unable to get all of that ball, but Robert Tito Zeta does. Robert Tito going to send a little pass up to Sarah Siegel Magnus. Sarah has time to go to the offside, and she does, and puts it on through. What a nice play by the Dundas squad. Sarah Siegel Magnus's third goal of the game. 1 in the first on a penalty 3, 1 in the third on a penalty 2, and here in checker number 5, keeping the drive alive from the field. So all 8 players once again will line up on Danielle Gallegos for an underhand bowl-in. And as an umpire, should nobody touch the ball, you would like it to at least reach the number 4s. However, it stopped there in front of the number 2s. Juan Cruz Marcos comes out with it. And look at that horse of Henry Porter's push on the play. He wins the play. Mariano Facetta flips the ball in underneath of Tommy Huber and now has free range to go down the field. But he's going to check down, work the ball forward a little bit, see what Tommy Huber's going to do. Tommy Huber comes over and lays a bump and a near side back shot over to the center of the field. Gussie Bush beaten by Zeta, or Mariano Facetta, excuse me. The players looking for the whistle. The whistle doesn't come. Play the advantage. Robert Tito Zeta unable to control the bouncing ball and finally put on through, and Dundas up once again, scoring on the field. So I'm going to predict we'll have a courtesy horse change right here when the umpires get back to the field. We'll blow the whistle. Players will have 45 seconds to change ponies. So a breakdown in the first checker for Barabossa Leather. Tommy Huber with a goal from the field. Henry Porter on a penalty 2. And in the second checker, 2 goals by Whistle Ace. 1 from a penalty 2, 1 from the field. And in the third checker, 1 goal by Tommy Huber from the field and 2 by Whistle Ace, on 1 on a penalty 3 and 1 from the field. And Barabossa Leather unable to score in the 4th or here in the 5th. And that's a big turnaround because Dundas has scored 7 goals in the 4th and 5th period. So Mariano Facetta, Sarah Siegel Magnus electing to stay on their same ponies. So does Tommy Huber. The other 5 going off the field, quickly returning, getting on fresh ponies. And should the players take longer than 45 seconds, the umpires will bowl in without them. So all teams appreciative of the courtesy horse change. And it has been a very mild winter. Probably one of the hottest we've had down here. Not much rain. In fact, we have not lost one day of polo due to rain. We've had a couple of cold days, but nothing like you folks up in the Northeast Poor people battling snow and cold up there. All right, Tommy Huber gets the ball out of the bowl in, being ridden by Juan Cruz Marcos. Robert Tito Zeta comes in with an offside back shot. It's deflected off pony, sent over here to the boards. Gussie Bush going to slow things down. Mariano Facetta is as well. Whistle, ace, steals the ball, tries to send it back over to the center. Ticked out of the air by Juan Cruz Marcos. Juan Cruz Marcos keeps it going on his gray pony. Sends a back shot to Robert Tito Zeta. Robert Tito Zeta hooked by Tommy Huber. However, Mariano Facetta comes in behind, sends one over to the center, bounces the ball off his cane, but Juan Cruz Marcos able to get back on it. Marcos, what a bump there by Gussie Bush. Marcos turns it around, decides to go the other way, still controlling the ball, sends it out front. Gussie Bush still right there with him. And Tommy Huber and Sarah and Mariano all come together, so two players riding off a single player. So the whistle will sound, and looks like a penalty shot in favor of Barabossa Leather. Desperately needing a goal here in the fifth period. 14-7 in favor of Dundas, and this Dundas team is a well-oiled machine. Good rotation. They know what each other's going to do. Mariano Facetta and Robert Tito Zeta have played a lot of polo together. Juan Cruz Marcos was playing in the high goal somewhere else, went from 2 goals to 3 goals here during the winter season. And Whistle Use keeps the ball on the ground over to Henry Porter. Henry Porter checks on down, allows Mariano Facetta to clear, sends it over to the center looking for a Whistle ace. Whistle on the ball, trying to get by Juan Cruz Marcos. Whistle now with a near side back shot, trying to send it towards goal, but it's picked up by Henry Porter. Henry Porter cautiously working that bowl, now looking for a shot on goal. He hits towards goal, but it's going to be well to the right, off the field, over the back line. So we will have a Dundas knock-in right here with 1:43 left here in the fifth period of play. So all the Dundas players behind the back line setting up a play. Robert Tito Zeta going to bring the ball back in. Robert Tito sends it right over here to Juan Cruz Marcos. Marcos going to check down, tap it a little bit forward, get some angle on this play, taking it back towards the center of the field. Gussie Bush going to check down and wait on him. Has no play. Now, just in time, he sends a pass over to the left where Robert Tito Zeta can get to it. Robert Tito Zeta taking the ball forward. He's got to work it back towards the goal. Can't do it on that bouncing ball. Here is Gussie Bush. Gussie Bush with a back shot right over to Tommy Huber, but Tommy Huber unable to get to it as Juan Cruz Marcos was following the ball on that play. Henry Porter goes on by, now hooks Marcos. Henry Porter ends up with the ball momentarily, but it's broken up by Zeta. Here is Mariano Facetta. He's got to take the ball towards goal, ridden by Gussie Bush. Gussie Bush takes the ball out of danger in front of the goal. Gussie Bush still on the ball, and a back shot there by Robert Tito Zeta to Juan Cruz Marcos. Juan Cruz Marcos just a walk in the park and a shot towards goal, sending it on through for their 15th goal of the game, and a tough team to stop. Stay with us. We will be back on Chucker TV for the 6th and final period in regulation play. Welcome back to Chucker TV and the Grand Champions Polo Club, everyone. We are in the 6th period when the ball is bowled in, just waiting on one player to return to the field. From the Dundas squad, we have Barabossa Leather taking on Dundas, and Dundas is leading with a score of 15-7. So Barabossa Leather, their first game here in the Sieber Memorial. 4 teams in this tournament. Everybody plays everybody, so 3 games guaranteed. Top 2 teams will go to the finals. Finals to be announced on that day. So Daniel Gallegos bowls the ball back in. It's off the pony right up front at the number 1's position. Whistle Hughes coming out the back door with 2 shots on the near side. Now switches to the offside, rides off Juan Cruz Marcos. Whistle still going towards goal. Hooked by Mariano Facetta. Facetta sends a long shot downfield. Juan Cruz Marcos looking over his shoulder. He's got 3 horse lengths on the first Barabossa Leather player. Juan Cruz Marcos quickly caught by Tommy Huber. And that ball will travel over the back line. Juan Cruz Marcos getting a hold of it a little bit too much to set it up for an approach shot to score another goal. So Barabossa Leather, Whistle Ace will bring the ball back in. Whistle has Henry Porter in his sights, but unable to get it to him. And here is Gussie Bush, backed by Marcos. And Henry Porter going to turn around, retrieve the loose ball, sends a centering shot over 2, but it's intercepted by Mariano Facetta. Tommy Huber back on the ball. Huber trying to get it up to Porter, unable to do so. Whistle going to follow him up. Henry Porter can now drop in behind. Henry Porter sends one up to Whistle Hughes. It's well off to the right-hand side. Whistle Hughes with a difficult neck shot. Whistle Ace checking down on the play. Turns his opponent to the near side, looking back towards the offside, trying to cut down on the angle, shoots towards goal, and scores it right on through at a tough angle. That's like threading a needle from 40 yards out. So Whistle Ace bringing his team up to 8 goals, and Barabossa Leather, that is their first goal since the 3rd period, unable to score in the 4th and 5th. So Barabossa Leather, this game may have slipped away from them a little bit, but might as well use this period to practice because they've got 2 more games to go in this tournament. Nobody's out yet. There hasn't been enough polo played in this tournament. So Robert Tito Zeta tries to send the ball downfield, but it's picked up by Henry Porter. Now back Henry Porter gets a piece of it. However, Tommy Huber sending it downfield, and there is Gussie Bush. Gussie Bush with a next shot towards goal, just a little bit wide to the right. So Dundas will have another knock in here, not even quite halfway through the 6th period. So now a whistle on the play. Looks like a little tack adjustment needing to be made here for Gussie Bush. Gussie Bush in the pink leg wraps. So we will wait on Gussie to take care of whatever needs to be changed. So Gussie Bush. Mallet went between the horse's legs. He called timeout to go get a new mallet. So Gussie Bush returning to the field. And we will bring back live action with a knock-in by Dundas. And the sun's settling down over their backs. A little difficult to see from where we are. But Robert Tito Zeta will put the ball back in play. Going to take it across goal just a little bit. And he has Sarah Siegel Magnus right down the center of the field. But it's going to be intercepted by Whistle. And Whistle hits a little shot, and Robert Tito Zeta crossing that line to get to the ball on his offside. That ball ended up over here in front of us in a dog quickly picking it up. So we will have a foul shot in favor of Barabossa Leather right here, and I would assume this is a penalty 3. Open goal penalty. Nobody between whistle and the goal except Robert Tito, and Robert Tito is the one with the rule violation, sounding the umpire's whistle and setting up this penalty shot. Umpires call play. Whistle Ace approaching the ball. Whistle Ace sends that penalty 2 right on through. So Barabossa Leather coming back here in the 6th. Now down by 6. Down by 7 at one point. Down by 8 actually at one point. Dundas unable to score here in the 6th period. So this chucker might be in favor of Barabossa Leather. And they would certainly like to put more points on the board. Daniel Gallegos bowls the ball back in. Who's going to get to it first? Whistle. Whistle leaving the back door, coming out the front door with a shot downfield. He would like to have had a centering shot on that play over to Gussie, but a difficult cut shot for Whistle. Whistle putting it over in front of the goal, but Facetta the first to clear the ball out of danger. Unable to get that bouncing ball going his way, but Gussie Bush with a back shot. Whistle quickly turns on it, sending it up towards goal, but Robert Tito Zeta is going to be the first to go back with a neck shot towards goal, taking it across, being chased by Henry Porter. Henry Porter putting pressure on Zeta. Zeta's going to work the near side. Zeta once again on the near side, turning that ball. Now can go to the offside. Zeta with a little bit of jump on his man. Sarah Siegel Magnus right out front waiting for the pass. Oh, tough luck there. Unable to get to it. Oh, several players override right there. Mariano Facetta's hook, but Robert Tito Zeta anticipated the play and is going to come back for it. Robert Tito with room to work. Hits the ball downfield, but nobody there but Henry Porter. Henry Porter with a back shot. Sending it across goal. Looking for a white jersey on the play. He finds Henry Porter. Whistle Ace sends it down the field. Gussie Bush is going to come in, looking for a turning call. The whistle does not sound. Juan Cruz Marcos on the ball on the far side. Juan Cruz Marcos can't control it, neither can Henry Porter. Marcos comes back, and Robert Tito Zeta in there to play cleanup. Robert Tito going to send a pass over to, unable to get the neck shot off, but backed up by Marcos. Marcos with a little shuttle pass over to Robert Tito Zeta. Robert Tito Zeta on the ground, controlling that bouncing ball, just staying ahead of Henry Porter. Whistle comes in, trying to break up the play. Whistle. And Robert Tito Zeta taking that ball from about 130 yards out, controlling that bouncing ball, dodging around players, riding through the hook of Whistle Ace, and we have another goal by Zeta. First goal of the period for the Dundas team with 1:47 left on the clock, and we will do our last and final courtesy horse change of the game. And it looks like several players choosing to change mounts at this time because that was a running gun and chucker. Not much scoring going on. 3 goals in the total chucker so far. Whistle Ace with 2, 1 from the field, 1 on a penalty 2, and Robert Tito Zeta just scoring right there from the field. So we've got a game going on. This is game number 3 out of 6 games. So this tournament just a little bit under halfway right here at this point in time. 3 more games to go. 2 on Friday, 1 at 10 o'clock and 1 at 1 o'clock. And, of course, don't forget tomorrow we have a doubleheader in the 2021 World Polo League's Founders Cup 26-goal tournament. And tomorrow, Seminole Casino, Coconut Creek will take on Casablanca. And at 4 o'clock, Great Oaks will take on Richard Mill. And Richard Mill just played yesterday, winning over White Birch. And Richard Mill also a little bit of a different team, but also in the finals of the $100,000 World Cup, but Santa Rita coming out victorious and taking to the bank yesterday that $100,000 check. So here is Tommy Huber on the ball. Tommy Huber tries to send a next shot, unable to get that next shot over to the center of the field, but still has control in the corner, followed by Henry Porter. Tommy Huber going to turn the ball towards the inside. Now going to leave it for Porter. Porter slaps a little shot over towards the center of the field. It's deflected off a pony and over the back line. So Dundas will have another knock-in right here. The clock winding down to 1:15 left in the sixth period of play. And Robert Tito Zeta will put the ball back in because the umpire has called play. So Zeta going to look for Sarah Siegel Magnus, and a nice shot down to Sarah. Sarah takes the ball on the offside, unable to get back to it for the second time. Whistle's going to check down right here. Whistle with a back shot right to Gussie Bush. Gussie Bush with a nice neck shot towards goal. It's not going to have enough juice to go, and Robert Tito Zeta going to go back and take the next shot, send it over to the far boards, being chased by Tommy Huber. Robert Tito still on the ball. Robert Tito called off by Marcos. Marcos can't handle it, but here comes Facetta to send it back up front. The first horn has gone. They will play out this 30 seconds. Here is Juan Cruz Marcos wanting to make one last statement for the end of the day, but it's going to be wide. And we will see if they are going to take a knock-in, but I would assume that both teams will say, hey, let's call it a day. It was a fun game, clean game, fast game. Field played very well. This is the first game this field has had a game on it all year, as Grand Champions does a great job providing good fields for all levels of play. That's going to end the third game in the Sieber Memorial, and I'm Steve Lane. Thank you for joining us today on Chucker TV and at the Grand Champions Polo Club. On behalf of Chucker TV family and Grand Champions, so long for now, where we love the polo.